Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tying a variant on the curry shrimp. Watched a video by Scott Jackson tying the curry shrimp on a normal barbed hook and thought I'd do a little version of it as a piglet on a tube. So quite happy with it, looked pretty cool. I'm pretty sure it'll get a fish, nice and flashy, nice and bushy. Lots going on. So let's get stuck right into it. So quick word of warning folks, I was trying out a new camera so the focus was a little bit funny at the beginning, but I managed to get it sorted, so bear with, it's fine once we get to the business end. Getting a little bit of glue down onto this tube section, so this is about 1 inch of red outer tube with a little bit of clear inner tube, coming in with a orange 6-0, didn't have any 8-0 kicking around. This worked absolutely fine, use orange, red, black, 8-0, 6-0, whatever you want. Coming down, leave a couple of mil at the back, good couple of mil to get your tubing on, and then you'll be good to go. Up first, this is a golden pheasant breast feather. Again, this is what's actually on the traditional dressing, so just catching this on by the tip. This is going to form a sort of back end piece of the fly that we're going to prop up all the other materials against. So catching this on nice and tight, trimming away this excess piece, and then using this whole feather and catching it in once you've got it nicely in place. Okay folks, and from there we're going to grab 3 strands of crystal flash, just catching these on the top. You don't need to fold these back because of the fact that it's got a crinkle in it. It holds very nicely, so no need to fold this back at all, just keep it nice and on the top. And about the same length as the feather, maybe a little bit longer, and then just chop this away when you're done with it. Okay, good stuff. Then at this point we're going to take a pinch of natural bucktail, just measuring it up. You want roughly the length of the tube over the back is what we're looking for here. Again, just coming in and catching this on top. Make sure you keep it on the top folks. Line it up if you need to, and then good firm wraps, catching all of this in, coming forward. And then when you're happy with that, trim away the excess at an angle to create a nice taper. Okay, cool. Once you've run your thread all the way back down, we're back in with the same crystal flash, another 3 strands on the top, just locking this in. So we've got top and bottom, nice bit of flash in the back end of the fly here. Okay, so you can't have a piglet without some boar bristle, so we've got some smallish boar bristle going on here, just a small pinch. I reckon, what's that, about 6 or 7 either side. Not too excessive, but certainly you want a good bit of boar bristle on this. If you're using the bigger ones, use 4 big ones round about the back end. That'll probably work nicely, give you that sort of Frankenstein sort of look. But yeah, just putting these on. I've run my nail down these to give them a nice upwards curve, and probably just a little bit longer than the bucktail. Really got a strong bushy back end to this fly. Okay, and once you've trimmed off your excess and tidied up, you can catch on a small oval tinsel from the front and run it all the way down until it meets the bucktail. This is going to form the rib on the fly, so just catching this on the side just now and running it all the way down. Okay, so next up folks, we've got a dubbing that I've blended together. So this is silver glister with black and red seal's fur. Just black seal's fur will do the job absolutely fine. I just fancied doing something a little bit different, giving the fly a bit of a different look and feel. Felt it really added to the the colour combination. So keep this on relatively light. Again, seal's fur can be a pain to dub on, so be patient with it, do it in stages. You don't want this to be overly bulky. Obviously, if it's a little bit bulkier than you want it to be, you can hang off until you've brought your rib up and run a dubbing brush over it, and it'll pull away any excess that's in there. Okay, good stuff. Once you've locked in your dubbing at the front, pull away anything that you don't need, and then you can counter rib your fly. Don't want these too close together, probably looking at 3 to 4 turns I would recommend, and really this is just holding the dubbing in place. Lock this in nice and tight at the front, sweep everything back, and then chop away your excess when you're done. Okay, so adding in our last piece of flash. This is Pearl Krinkle flash. Just a single piece folded, just catching on at the front, and then folding back our excess pieces into this as well, making sure it's on top. And then when you're happy with this, you folded it back and tied it in, you can chop through the loop, and that will give you the size. If it's a little bit long, you can trim it. You probably want it just into the bucktail, but not the full length of the bucktail. Okay, so the second last material we're adding on is a silver badger rooster feather, and this is going to form our front hackle. So just catching this on, a few turns down, a few turns back, with the tip being caught in, fold it back, remember to fold it back, and then you can chop this away. As always, run your scissors down each side of the feather and then get your turns in. Totally down to you and the quality of the feather as to how many turns you want, but certainly would recommend a decent fibre count at the front, so I would probably aim for around about 4 turns. And as always folks, when you're happy with what you've got, create a space, catch it in with a few turns, and then fold everything back, and then you can chop away your excess when you're happy to do so. Okay, so the last material we're adding on here is some jungle cock. You want these to be a reasonable size and probably in more of that shrimp style, so sitting upwards onto the fly. You can have these 3/4 to the full length of the body is what I would say, and just make sure they're sitting evenly and sitting upright in that sort of style. Catch them in and chop away the excess when you're ready to do so. So there's no real need to whip finish at this point folks, just get a little bit of super glue on the thread, get a couple of turns down on top of it, give it a second, and then you can chop away and that will be locked in nice and securely. And then when you're ready, put some super glue all around the front of the thread and put on whatever cone head you're putting on. This is a fluoro red humour size medium that I'm using, really giving the fly a good punchy look at the front. Okay folks, and that's the fly. Once you've chopped away the first bit and left yourself a few melted that top bit away, you're good to go. And there it is. As always, hope you've enjoyed that. Had great fun tying this. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that sort of good stuff. Feel feel free to hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. It'd be great to hear from you. Drop a comment, all that good stuff. Until next time, cheers.